I'm on the journey to build wealth through property. Currently, I have a $3.5 million property portfolio generating rental income. But a few years ago, my 4-year-old daughter asked me something that hit me really hard. She said, "Daddy, why is your face so angry? Are you sad?" That innocent question from Hannah changed everything about how I would approach wealth building. And it's actually why I'm here recording my very first YouTube video ever. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm a property investor and a certified practicing valuer. Actually, I just hit 15 years of service in my company after receiving my CEO's letter a couple of weeks ago. And honestly, I'm way more comfortable valuing properties than I am talking to a camera. But I felt called to start this channel because this isn't about building a YouTube empire or becoming an influencer. This is about sharing a mission that's become my life's purpose, helping everyday people build wealth through property, not just so that they can have more stuff, but so that they can reach a position where they have the freedom to and resources to genuinely bless others. Whether that's being fully present with your family, supporting causes that you care about, or simply having the time and freedom to do something truly meaningful with your life. Let me take you back to where all of this started. I'm a immigrant from Singapore. I came here in February 2007 with just a couple of suitcases and little savings, chasing what I call the Australian dream. Back in Singapore, I grew up with very traditional values about money. My mom always told me, you get married, buy a home, pay it off, and retire. Don't take on more debt. It's dangerous. I thought this was the only path to security. But Singapore's work culture was suffocating. Arriving on time meant you were late. Leaving on time meant you were leaving early. And your boss would give you dirty looks for leaving at 6:30 p.m. sharp after working 10 hours straight. Australian dream to me was about owning your own home on a piece of land, having work-life balance, and being able to travel within this incredible country from bustling cities to pure serene nature. Here's the thing though, before I immigrated to Australia, this was back in the mid-2000s, I discovered this magazine called Australian Property Investor. I was obsessed with it. I was constantly intrigued at how normal everyday Australians could not only buy and afford their own homes, but also be able to invest in properties and earn passive rental income. Because Singapore's property is so expensive. Every month, I would anxiously wait for the next issue of the magazine and I will buy it. I will consume it over and over again. And this dream of property investing was burning inside me long before I even set foot in Australia. So fast forward to a few years ago, I had built our property portfolio. I was working in my dream job as a property valuer. Life seemed good. But then I made a decision that would nearly destroy everything. I went to business with two very close friends because one of them and his wife had at that time lost their jobs and they just had their firstborn baby. So out of love and compassion, I agreed to join him and another friend in this business venture while working in my day job. Within 18 months, the relationship went sour over money disputes. The constant fights and even legal battle sent me spiraling into the deepest depression of my life. I lost 17 kilos in 2 months. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. And when I did sleep, I didn't want to wake up. I would cry uncontrollably when I'm driving alone. But the worst part is I had no joy in my heart. When my daughter Hannah played with me, I couldn't even smile. That's when she asked that question, "Daddy, why is your face so angry? Are you sad?" She was only 4 years old then, but she could see what I couldn't. I had lost myself completely. My son was born during this period, and I felt guilty that he didn't get the best version of me like Hannah did when she was born. That shame and that self-condemnation were overwhelming. It took me almost 2 years to emerge from that darkness, but during that journey, my faith became my anchor. There's a verse in Proverbs that tells us, where there is no vision, people perish. I needed that vision beyond my circumstances, something greater than myself. And then one day, God placed a clear purpose in my heart. He said, help people using property. This simple message became my light out of that darkness and showed me my true calling. That experience completely transformed how I think about wealth building. You see, before my depression, I was focused on accumulation. How many properties can I buy? How much wealth can I build? It was all about me. But coming out of that valley, I realized there's so much more to property investing than just making money. It's about creating the capacity to serve others, to be a blessing to your family, to your community, and causes that you care about. I learned that God gives us the power to create wealth, and we can do so with no sorrow when aligned with His principles. The key is focusing on serving people, not on making money. There's a big difference in where you put your focus. So wealth creation should be ethical and redemptive, but it must be built on honesty, transparency, and integrity. Money becomes a tool to bless others, not an end goal. We keep our eyes on Jesus, not mammon. And this is what I call investing with purpose. It's about building wealth so that you can be generous, so you can be present with your family, so you can support causes that matter to you. Now, through my work as a valuer and helping clients over the last couple of years, I've learned that most people face the same core challenges when it comes to property investing. Number one, they don't know how to research markets outside their city. You want to buy in high growth areas across Australia, but you don't know how to research interstate markets or know which data metrics that actually matter. Number two, there's so much data out there. Vacancy rates, median prices, rental yields, but you're not sure which numbers truly predict a suburb's growth potential. Number three, you're concerned about hidden risk. You don't want to overlook issues like flood zones, bushfire risk, or any other environmental factors that could hurt your property's value. And finally, number four, you lack confidence in valuations and negotiations. You don't know how to determine a fair purchase price or negotiate effectively to secure the best deal for yourself. I get it. I've been there. Even with my valuation background, I made mistakes in my early investing years. But these challenges are exactly why I felt called to share what I have learned. So here's what the channel is about. I want to help you navigate property investing with confidence. Whether you're just starting out or you have one or two properties and want to expand interstate, I'll share the data that actually matters, how to research markets you have never visited, how to identify genuine growth opportunities, and most importantly, how to invest with purpose. Because at the end of the day, property investing isn't just about building wealth. It's about building the life you want to live and have the capacity to bless others along the way. If you're ready to move beyond the traditional advice like buy in your own backyard, and you want to learn how to invest well across Australia, then hit that subscribe button. We are going on this journey together. And remember, this isn't about getting rich quick. It's about building sustainable wealth that serves a purpose greater than yourself. I thank you for watching my very first YouTube video. I'll see you in the next one.